Are you ready to talk? Are you ready to talk?
Talk about what? I told you everything.
Bullshit!
It's not bullshit, it's the truth.
I want to know, how did you do it?
I used the things around me like always.
Nonsense!
I'm serious.
You know what I found?
What? What did you find?
I found a till slip. And do you know what's on it?
Groceries or some crap like that?
Spray paint!
Spray paint's barely an expense.
It still cost money.
Not so much money.
That's it. I got you. Then it's no longer no budget cinema.
I bought spray paint. Does that really count? Okay, fine. If you're unhappy about it, then you can just stop watching. But if you want to learn how to make a spotlight cover for just like any lamp for dirt cheap, then stick around for this one. Everything in the interest kit was shot with just the one light and nothing else. So let me get right into how I made this cover thingy spotlight lamp thing. So the very first thing that you can do is find any kind of plastic container, like a shaker bottle or a little plastic bowl or something like that. Peel off all the stickers and just clean it up nicely so it's nice and smooth. As you can see, I cleaned mine very nicely. After that, you want to very carefully cut a nice circular light bulb shaped hole in the bottom, using the most caution and precision as you possibly can, without doing anything stupid whatsoever. Once you finally cut the hole out the bottom, just make sure that the light bulb will slide through. Now this is just an ordinary E27 light bulb, one of those little eco savers I bought in a little bundle, so it's really cheap. Once you're happy with your hole, then you can head over to the garage and use the spray paint that you weren't allowed to buy and spray the outside with black, so that none of the light on the inside will spill towards the outside. And once it's dried perfectly, and not while it's still wet at all, once it's dried, you can flip it around and then you spray the inside with silver spray paint, because silver in general is just a lot more reflective than, well, black obviously. Spray the inside with silver spray paint and wait for that to dry. If you notice that there's any kind of little holes or gaps or anything you missed, you can always do a second coat of black on the outside, another silver coat on the inside. But once you're happy with the spray job and it's dried off nicely, then you can apply this to your socket. I mean, it's straightforward. You take the normal light bulb out, you slide it through the hole, and you screw it back in. Boom! There you've got a spotlight cover for your light bulb. I mean, that's really straightforward. It's a piece of plastic. It's so simple, but it does such an amazing job at flagging off the light and sort of isolating it to a specific position. Just to show you why you'd want to do something like this, here's a few examples. This is what it looks like if you were to just switch on the light bulb as is. This is what it would look like with the spotlight thing on. So you'll notice that none of the light is spilling around the rest of the room. It's very directional, and that's sort of the thing we want to go for here. At the end of the day, it is a spotlight, so it's not actually supposed to be used as a nice soft diffused open source to light faces. It's going to cast hard shadows, but this is basically just to kill the light from spreading too much. If you don't have cash to buy fancy lights, this is a very nice way to control your lights a bit better, because you can always go and stick a bit of gaff tape on the sides, or any kind of tape really, on the sides to just give the light a bit direction and shape it the way you want to. You can get little colorful paper thingies and you can tape them to the front, and you can even take a thin piece of paper or not at all used tissue and just stick that on the front to sort of diffuse that light a little bit to make it much softer. Alternatively, you can use a sock. No, not a dirty, disgusting sock, a clean white sock, and you can just hook that on there. I mean, boom, it's going to diffuse the light a lot more. It's going to make those shadows a lot softer. Keep in mind, if you do use a method to diffuse the light, it's gonna kill the brightness by a lot. So you're gonna have to bring that light in much closer if you wanted to sort of maintain the same brightness. But like I said earlier, it is a spotlight. It is not actually meant to light faces and stuff like that, but it's just to kill the light from spilling elsewhere. You can put any kind of crap on the front if you really want to. If your plastic container has a lid, you can always take that lid and you can spray it a certain color or shade or anything that you really want to do, because I mean, it's yours, it's cheap, it's easy, so that's just a way that you can control your light a little bit better. I mean, this will work essentially on any light socket that's more or less the same size. I've got a ceiling light hanging from the roof and I just took that off, put this back on, boom, there you go. I actually should have done this in the video. I actually used a gaff tape to flag off the light. This would have been better. You can practically put it on any light that shares a similar sized socket, which is the beauty of this crappy, horrible, little cheap, effective spotlight cover thingy. This entire talking head shot is also only lit by the one light, nothing else. I don't even have diffusion on or anything. It's just the one light with my little spot cover thingy on. In fact, throughout this entire video, I've only used this one light to light everything except in the garage. So this is just an example of how you can get something very simple and very affordable to just sort of shape your light a bit better if you feel like your light's always spilling all over the place. I mean, there's so much you can do if you just think outside the box. Alternatively, if you think like this is too much effort, you can always just buy one of these, which is basically just a lamp that has one of them on already, and you can save yourself all the time, effort, and stupidity. But if you're like me and you like doing stuff, then, you know, make one of these. Just go dig in your mom's cupboard drawer or something and find a plastic little shaker bottle thing and cut it in half and cut a little hole, spray paint it black, spray paint the inside to make it more reflective, and put that on all the lights in the house to piss off your entire family. But yeah, that is how you can make a very easy, simple, crappy little spotlight thing just to control your light a bit better. It's not the best, but it's much better than just blasting an open lamp. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, leave me a comment and tell me what you think of this idea, if I'm just wasting my time or if I should have maybe just bought one. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Please let your friends subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you for sticking it up through till the end. My average audience retention is 1.5 minutes, so the fact that you're here, thank you. I appreciate that, and you are awesome. And I love you. Yes. So which sock do you think is the one that I used for the spotlight? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Okay, I'm done. Okay, good night.
Ag, ek smile letterlik nog 'n klapjie my. Wat fout met jou? Wag dat ek in karakter is. Is nou dat jy my net wil klap.